A routine traffic stop in Orange City, Florida, quickly spiraled into chaos when the driver refused to comply with officers, claiming they were a citizen of the so-called land of Tierra. What followed was a heated standoff, exposing the deep tensions between law enforcement and individuals who reject government authority. This incident isn't just about one traffic violation. It's part of a growing movement of individuals who identify as sovereign citizens, challenging the legitimacy of government laws and enforcement. But what exactly is this ideology, and why does it continue to create legal battles across the country? In this video, we'll break down the key moments of this controversial traffic stop, explore the beliefs that fueled this confrontation, and discuss the larger implications of this movement in modern society. Stay with us as we uncover the reality behind sovereign citizen ideology, how it started, what they believe, and why it puts them at odds with law enforcement. The traffic stop that turned into a standoff. It all began when officers pulled over a vehicle for not displaying a license plate. Normally, such an infraction would lead to a straightforward citation, but this case took a different turn.
How are you?
Good. Well, Officer Neely with the Orange City Police Department. Do you have your license and insurance?
Hi, absolutely. No, I am not insured or licensed. I am not with Commerce. I am not dealing with Commerce.
$100.71 Sergeant.
Go ahead.
Instead of complying, the driver informed officers that she had resigned her driver's license and was not involved in commerce in Florida, claims often associated with the sovereign citizen movement. A key belief in this ideology is the idea that there is a legal distinction between driving and traveling. Adherents argue that driving applies only to commercial activity, while traveling is a constitutional right unrestricted by government laws. However, U.S. courts have repeatedly rejected this argument. Still, the driver insisted that she was merely traveling, not driving, and therefore not subject to state traffic laws. Adding another layer to the confrontation, the driver declared that she was a resident of Tierra, a place not recognized by any government authority. This kind of self-declared sovereignty is a common tactic among sovereign citizens, who often attempt to establish their own legal jurisdictions based on misinterpretations of historical documents and legal statutes. Her refusal to acknowledge Florida's jurisdiction set the stage for a standoff.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and step out for me.
For what?
Step out of the car.
For what?
Because I'm telling you to step out of the car.
And what is your reason? What's the reason?
Because you're under arrest. Get out of the car.
For what? They're stating that I'm under arrest.
Get out of the car.
What am I under arrest for?
You got one more chance. Get out of the car.
What am I under
Get out
arrest
of the
for?
car.
What am I under arrest for?
What
am I under arrest for?
I just explained that to you.
You see, they're strong-arming.
You're under arrest.
They have no right to. What am I under? What am I under arrest for? If you injure me in any right, what is your bond number? What is your bond number?
As officers followed standard procedure and asked the driver to step out of the vehicle, she escalated the situation by refusing to comply and demanding the officers' bond numbers. This is another sovereign citizen tactic, based on the false belief that law enforcement officers are private contractors who can be held personally liable for their actions. When officers attempted to detain her, she physically resisted, shouting accusations of kidnapping. This claim is a hallmark of sovereign citizen ideology, which holds that any detention by law enforcement is unlawful imprisonment. The confrontation intensified as the driver refused to exit the vehicle, leading to a prolonged struggle before she was ultimately taken into custody. Additionally, the driver accused the officers of racial bias. While concerns about racial profiling in policing are a significant issue, in this case, the driver's argument was intertwined with sovereign citizen rhetoric rather than systemic discrimination. Nonetheless, these kinds of claims can further complicate law enforcement interactions. What is sovereign citizen ideology? The sovereign citizen movement is built around the rejection of government authority. Individuals subscribing to this ideology believe they can selectively opt out of legal obligations by declaring themselves sovereign from the state. Though the movement has no centralized leadership, it shares common themes and tactics across its adherents. Many of these beliefs stem from personal grievances, mistrust of institutions, and exposure to misinformation, often spread through online communities. Digital platforms have made these ideologies more accessible than ever, increasing the frequency of encounters like the one in Orange City. Sovereign citizens often attempt to use pseudo-legal documents to challenge the legitimacy of legal proceedings. Some file fraudulent liens against government officials, while others refuse to pay taxes or recognize court rulings. Their arguments may sound complex, but they consistently fail in court. The legal system operates on established precedent and statutory law, not on alternative interpretations of legal texts crafted by individuals seeking to avoid accountability. Legal consequences of defying the law. Despite the arguments presented by sovereign citizens, their legal claims hold no weight in court. The U.S. judicial system has consistently ruled against such arguments, reaffirming that all individuals are subject to the law regardless of their beliefs. Refusing to comply with legal requirements can result in serious consequences. In this case, potential charges against the driver include driving without a valid license or registration, failure to provide proof of insurance, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct. Time and again, sovereign citizen claims have been dismissed in court, and individuals who challenge jurisdiction based on pseudo-legal theories often face additional legal penalties. Some sovereign citizens have even received long prison sentences for attempting to defraud the government or obstruct justice. The dangerous potential of sovereign citizen ideology. While many sovereign citizens engage in nonviolent defiance, some have taken extreme measures to challenge authority. Law enforcement agencies consider the movement a potential domestic threat, as some adherents have resorted to violence when confronted by authorities. Over the years, sovereign citizens have been involved in deadly standoffs, fraudulent schemes, and violent attacks on law enforcement officers. While not all members of the movement pose a physical threat, the fundamental rejection of governmental authority creates a volatile environment where routine encounters can escalate dangerously. Law enforcement agencies have developed specialized training to handle these encounters, emphasizing de-escalation tactics while remaining firm in enforcing the law. Officers are taught to recognize sovereign citizen rhetoric and respond appropriately to avoid unnecessary escalation. Why this matters beyond one incident. While it's easy to dismiss sovereign citizen ideology as fringe thinking, its real-world consequences are significant. Encounters between law enforcement and individuals adhering to these beliefs can escalate unpredictably, sometimes leading to dangerous or even violent situations. Law enforcement officers are often caught in difficult positions, attempting to uphold the law while managing the heightened tensions created by these confrontations. Beyond individual incidents, the spread of misinformation about legal structures, citizenship, and governance erodes trust in public institutions. People who subscribe to these ideologies not only put themselves at legal risk, but also contribute to a larger challenge for the judicial system. Courts and law enforcement agencies must devote additional resources to handling these cases, diverting attention from other pressing matters. Social media and online forums have accelerated the growth of this movement, allowing misinformation to flourish. This digital spread has led to an increasing number of individuals rejecting legal norms, creating an ongoing challenge for law enforcement and the justice system. The rise of these alternative legal theories also has implications beyond law enforcement interactions. Some sovereign citizens attempt to exploit legal loopholes to avoid paying debts, filing taxes, or complying with court orders. Others create fraudulent identification documents or attempt to take control of foreclosed properties using illegitimate legal claims. These actions not only strain the legal system, but also create financial and administrative burdens for businesses, courts, and government agencies. Final thoughts. The lesson from the Tierra incident. The Tierra incident serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of rejecting legal authority. While people are entitled to their beliefs, those beliefs do not exempt them from the law. Refusing to recognize jurisdiction, comply with lawful orders, or acknowledge government institutions often leads to unnecessary conflict and legal repercussions. Public education is essential to countering the spread of misinformation and preventing further confrontations. Individuals must understand their legal responsibilities, and law enforcement agencies need to be equipped with strategies to de-escalate situations while maintaining authority. At the end of the day, the rule of law is what holds society together. Alternative ideologies will always exist, but when they challenge legal norms and public safety, they must be addressed with vigilance. The Tierra incident is not an isolated event. It's part of a growing pattern that demands awareness, education, and proactive engagement to prevent future conflicts. By fostering greater public understanding of the legal system and ensuring that law enforcement officers are well trained in handling sovereign citizen encounters, we can minimize these conflicts and maintain a society where the rule of law prevails. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into important legal and societal issues. And we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this case? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. And if you think this information is important, share this video with your friends so more people can understand the impact of these movements. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.